ينضم معنا من ميلانو الصحفي الإيطالي الشهير فابريزيو. رومانو، أهلا بك سيد فابريزيو، معنا في 8.
Hello, thank you. Thanks a lot for the invitation and it's a pleasure to be here together.
سيد فابريزيو، احنا نعرف انه انت يعني وقتك مزدحم جدا، انه الان فترة انتقالات والاخبار تتوالى حول انتقالات اللاعبين في كل مكان في العالم، لكن احنا نبغى نستفيد من وجودك معنا اليوم، نسألك عن بعض الملفات التي تخص اللاعبين في الدوري السعودي، اللي انا متأكد انه انت عندك بعض الاتصالات والصلات باخبارهم. ابغى ابدا معك اولا بنادي الهلال وخبر اخبار حول بنزيما، عن بقائه في الهلال، مغادرته للهلال. عندك اي معلومة عن بنزيما والهلال ومستقبل بنزيما؟
Look, the situation of Karim Benzema at the moment, from what I'm told, is quiet. My understanding is that there were many rumors about Benzema moving to the Turkish league, but nothing really advanced or concrete. Despite all the stories on Trabzonspor, my understanding is that Karim Benzema wants to continue in the Saudi Pro League and with Al-Hilal. So my information at the moment is that there is no movement at the end of the transfer window. Should anything change, I will let you know.
طيب، فيما يخص واتكنز ومارتينيلي.
I am very optimistic on Gabriel Martinelli and Ollie Watkins to join Al-Hilal. For Gabriel Martinelli, there is already an agreement almost done between Al-Hilal and Arsenal. The agreement between Al-Hilal and Arsenal is around the 65 million euros package, add-ons included. Now the two clubs are talking about the final details and waiting for Gabriel Martinelli to give a final answer. But I am optimistic because Gabriel is now in advanced negotiations with Al-Hilal. For Ollie Watkins, also in this case, Al-Hilal are confident. According to my information, they will send a new official proposal to Aston Villa this week. I'm very optimistic because Aston Villa already started looking for a replacement. Aston Villa are calling many strikers in Europe. And so, according to my information, there is a very good chance to see Ollie Watkins and Gabriel Martinelli both joining Al-Hilal.
يعني ممكن اللاعبين يجون للهلال؟
I think yes. I think both players will join Al-Hilal. At the moment, as of tonight, my understanding is that the deals are very close and that Al-Hilal want to proceed with both players. In the list of Al-Hilal, there were also more wingers. Al-Hilal were considering Pedro Neto. Al-Hilal were considering Conceição from Juventus. But they decide to go for Gabriel Martinelli, and Gabriel Martinelli is very close to joining Al-Hilal. And I think also Ollie Watkins will arrive.
طيب، ابغى اسالك عن الاهلي وفرانك كيسي، ليش انتهت العلاقه بينهم؟
It came to an end because Franck Kessie has this desire to go back to Italy. Before playing for Al-Ahli and before playing for Barcelona, Franck Kessie was playing in Italy for much time. He arrived to Italy from Africa and so was his second home. And Franck Kessie desire is to go back to Italy. So the story with with Al-Ahli was fantastic. Al-Ahli and Kessie won titles together. Kessie was a fantastic leader for Al-Ahli, but the player feels it's now time to try something different. So my understanding is that it's a personal decision. It's not about the league, it's not about the coach, it's not about the money. He personally wants to go back to Italy. With Juventus and Roma, he interested in the play.
لأنه في أخبار تقول إنه قريب من نادي الاتحاد.
Al-Ittihad made a proposal to Franck Kessie. It's correct. It's true. They are trying to enter the conversation. But again, a big personal decision. Kessie wants to go back to Italy. And so my feeling is that Franck Kessie will now wait for Italian clubs. If he has a possibility to go to Italy, Kessie will go to Italy, will go to Serie A. If the Serie A deal will not happen, Al-Ittihad are interested. But that's the situation as of now.
طيب، ايضا في الاتحاد موسى ديابي والحديث عن باير ليفركوزن الالماني، ونشاهد هنا عندنا في الدوري انه اخر المباريات موسى ديابي مو قاعد يشارك.
Bayer Leverkusen today made a very important movement because Bayer Leverkusen to try sign Moussa Diaby needed to sell a winger, and that winger is Ernest Poku. The Dutch winger Ernest Poku will leave now Bayer Leverkusen and will join Besiktas. So now Bayer Leverkusen have the money and have the space to go for Moussa Diaby. I think they will push again these days. They are optimistic. They feel that the player wants to return. Moussa Diaby was already in Leverkusen. Moussa Diaby loves to play in a 4-3-3 system as a winger on the right. And so Bayer Leverkusen are going to push again in these days. And I think they have a good chance to do it.
قبل أيام أنت غردت تغريدة عن لاعب النادي الأهلي وبعدين حذفت التغريدة، ألغيت المنشور على منصة إكس، إيش السبب؟
I saw many stories about this in the Saudi media with many fantasy stories about that. That maybe someone contact me to delete or this kind of things. The reality is that I am a human and I just did a mistake on the transfer fee. Instead of posting 8 million euros, I was posting 18. So the difference was just on a small number, and so, but it was my mistake. And so I deleted the post because it was a wrong number. That's basically what happened. But I can tell you, no one from any club contacted me to delete.
لأنه في أحاديث كانت تتكلم إنه جاتك اتصالات وتحذيرات وكانت هي السبب في حذف التغريدة. أنت تأكد الآن إنه أنت بس غلطت في الرقم وعدلته يعني.
No one forced me to
لم
delete
يتم
the post.
التواصل معي من قبل أي
It's
أحد.
absolutely not like this. I have obviously many friends in football, and someone told me, look, that the transfer fee is not correct, but it was my mistake. My mistake because I was speaking to my sources, and instead of 8, I understood 18. So just this what happened. No one forced me to do anything.
تشعر بمسؤولية كبيرة تجاه الجماهير حول العالم في مسألة الأخبار ودقة الأخبار اليوم بعد هذا الانتشار الواسع لك خصوصا في فترات الانتقال؟
Of course I do. In the transfer market, and not only to provide the best information possible is always super important. At the same time, I don't know if you know, but everything I post on my X account, everything I post on my Instagram account, everything is posted by myself. And so, as you can understand, posting maybe 200 news every day, you can understand that sometimes it's not always possible to be perfect, but I'm trying to do my best, and obviously I feel the responsibility.
أنت الصحفي الأكثر يعني طلبا حول العالم في فترات الانتقال، يعني أو الأكثر متابعة والأكثر يعني الناس يعني تقريبا تفتح حسابك في اليوم أكثر من 10-15 مرة لمتابعة الأخبار. أبغى أسأل هنا سؤال مهم عن أخبار الانتقالات بالذات فيما يخص السوق الانتقالات السعودي. هل تشعر أنه بعض الوكلاء يحاولون يسربون أخبار انتقالات الدوري السعودي لرفع قيمة عقد اللاعب أنت من خلال مراقبتك الشخصية؟
Look, I don't think this is a topic only for the Saudi Pro League.
لا أعتقد أن ذلك فقط للدوري السعودي.
In all countries with all agents, but it's not only agents. It's also the clubs, sometimes the directors, the presidents, the chairmen, many people who work in football, not only the agents, sometimes try to use me as many other journalists all over the world to push the informations. But at the same time, as a journalist, not only me, I think all the journalists, when you have many contacts, obviously you have the possibility to check the information. So for sure, sometimes they try to push the information, but it's not only about the Saudi Pro League. I guarantee to you that this is happening with Premier League, this is happening with La Liga, this is happening with top clubs in Europe, in Saudi. So for sure, Saudi League is attractive. It's growing, big contracts, but at the moment, I can guarantee to you that he's not only with the Saudi League, he's all over the world.
كيف تقيم اليوم أنت بعد كل هذه التجربة، بعد كل هذا خلينا نقول الزخم حول فابريزيو رومانو، كيف تقيم سوق الانتقالات السعودي الفترتين الشتوية والصيفية على مستوى العالم؟ لو تقيمها كيف؟
Look, I have a very positive opinion because I think the Saudi market started in a very aggressive and strong way, obviously in a positive sense, by signing many top players, signing many superstars. Then in the last year or so, many clubs became more smart, not only signing the big name top players, but also going for some smart transfer, maybe opportunities, maybe young players, sometimes also selling the players, not only signing the players, and that's important to create an industry, a healthy industry for the future of Saudi football. So in my opinion, the transfer market in the Saudi Pro League is really growing a lot, not only growing in terms of money, also growing in terms of strategy. If you see, for example, Al Nasser with people like Semedo, Simao Coutinho, what they built last summer with their team, and now being able to become champions, it was a very smart strategy. I always say Inigo Martinez is the perfect example. Go for the player, free agent, top leader. These kinds of players are going to build the perfect strategy. So I think sometimes it's not only about the money, it's also about being smart.
اليوم أنت عندك قاعدة جماهيرية كبيرة في المملكة العربية السعودية بحكم أنه شعب محب جدا لكرة القدم. الدوري السعودي يحظى بزخم عالي جدا. كيف ينظر فابريزيو لهذه القاعدة الجماهيرية له داخل المملكة؟
I've been in Saudi Arabia 3 times, and every time I came there, I returned and tell my friends always how special is the passion for football there. It's growing in an incredible way. People are obsessed with football, with players, with transfer news, with the here we go. So for me, it's always beautiful to feel this passion, and also about the kids, the new generation. Every time I went to the stadium in Saudi, and it was 3 times, every time I saw big passion, kids going crazy, people super curious. So I think it's only the beginning. It's beautiful to see this passion building, and I'm sure in the next years, till you have the World Cup, which is going to be absolutely massive, till that time it's going to grow and grow. So my opinion is super positive about the fans there.
كثير أسئلة ورسائل تجيني تقول اسأل فابريزيو عن الفاريز وبرشلونة. ايش آخر التحديثات عن هذا الخبر؟
It's very difficult, very difficult, because Julian Alvarez's dream is to go to Barcelona. Julian Alvarez spent the whole summer before and after the World Cup dreaming of Barcelona. But Atletico Madrid for 3-4 months made very clear, and still now, with 1 week before the end of the transfer window, they don't want to sell Julian Alvarez to Barcelona. Atletico Madrid have no intention to open doors. So in my opinion, Julian to Barcelona is very difficult. I would not give it big chances at all for these final days. Let's see what happens with Arsenal, because Arsenal are following the situation. Julian wants to go to Barcelona, but Barcelona is not possible at the moment. And so if Julian in the next 7 days will change his mind, in that case Arsenal will be able.
بعد إغلاق فترة الانتقالات يبدو أنك الصحفي الأكثر استحقاقا للإجازة والراحة.
No, I'm not big fan of vacation, to be honest. For me, it's beautiful to be always into football. Of course, I can tell you during the international break, obviously I will take some days off. It's been a very long summer because there was the World Cup, and so during the World Cup to keep up with the transfer news every day was not easy. But I love this. Football is my life. The transfer market is my life. So I will go on holiday few days, but I will be always connected, always on my phone every day.
تحظى بفرصة لمتابعة الدوري السعودي بعض المباريات؟
I'm always watching HPL matches. Absolutely. For example, every time Al Nassr are playing with Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm always attentive in order to post on my accounts. Al-Hilal also with an Italian coach like Simone Inzaghi. I'm a big fan of Simone Inzaghi. He did fantastic in Italy for many years, and so I'm sure the second season at Al-Hilal will be very good. Then it's also good to see how they are growing on the tactical point of view on the project, Al-Qadsiya, for example, and all the others. So I'm always trying to follow Saudi football. I'm not following all the games because it's so many games every week about international football. But when I can, at least 1-2 games per week, I am always following.
ممتعة؟
I like it.
I like it, especially when I went to the stadium. To be honest, I think the level is way better than
what people think. I always say it's so many big players. Top coaches are coming now. Also,
again, top players. So I like it, and I always say, look how competitive it was last season. Al-Nassr, Al-Hilal, till the last ball of the last game, the league was open, and so you can feel how nice it is.
سيد فابريزيو، المرة الجاية نبغى نشوفك في الاستوديو قريبا، ممكن تكون معنا؟ معقول؟ وقتك يكون متاح ولا لا؟
I will come to the studio for sure.
I will come. You have my word.
سيد فابريزيو، أنا أعرف إنه جدولك مزدحم، شكرا للوقت اللي أتحته لنا. حنرجع نتابع على حسابك على إكس ونشوف إيش الأخبار والمستجدات. فابريزيو رومانو كان معنا من ميلانو، شكرا جزيلا لك.